What's up? It's your boy Rampage Jackson. I'm here with the best co-host, Bear DeGidio.
We're here. We got another amazing guest, but Rampage, before we go into this guest, we are having the biggest sale of the year. JAXXON.com up to 50% off site-wide. The best-selling chain stacks, our best-selling iced-out chains, sweat-proof, custom class, durable, made to be worn every day, and styles for everybody, from bracelets to chains. Make sure you guys go check out JAXXON.com, up to 50% off site-wide right now. And don't forget, if you're looking for all the limited edition clothing, you can go to JAXXONClub.com. You can use promo code YT15 for 15% off, and you can catch the shorts that we've been training in, the jackets, the eyewear, everything that the guests have been wearing. We appreciate everybody's support. Before we jump right into this podcast with this amazing guest, we just want to say thank you for everything you guys have been doing. Leave comments and make sure you guys tag us on Instagram if you've been picking up some pieces.
All right, so see what happened. Rampage had missed his flight, and I had just got off my flight 16 hours from Dubai. So when you fly, you fly. This is what happens. So shout out to my dog Rampage. So today I'm filling in. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. You fighting soon, right?
I do, yeah.
You always ready to fight.
Yeah. You look like you always ready to fight. I just got to say thank you. The boys came in. Rampage wasn't here. We said, yo, Woodley, you want to step in? You look like a younger, a little bit leaner, more Rampage. He said, easy work.
Let's do it.
So I just definitely want to say thank you guys for hopping on. He ready to scrap. When you walked in, he said, I want him.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, I heard that.
Hey,
you know,
I'll
with
tell him take a
Georgians, he
number.
said that.
Everybody want to
Georgian
fight
that.
me.
He was saying it in different language, so you wouldn't pick it up.
Never.
But you guys have been friends for what?
Oh, yeah. We're Georgians, and they're pretty much like, you know, the Georgians, every time they see each other, like they act like brothers, and we really like that type of friendship we have always. Like, it's been a while. 7-8 years we know each other, and you know.
In person, but before, like, we know even longer from social media and stuff. But we met in US here actually, but now we are close friends, and yeah.
The social media make you feel like you really in that person's life. Like you watching their day to day, you watching them taking their kids to school. So I had some buddies of mine, like my buddy Lynn, I knew for like 8 years, one of the directors from Cobra Kai. I knew him for like 7-8 years, but I hadn't met him in person yet. But I didn't really put it together until I met him. Like, damn, I've known you for 7 years, but this is my first time actually meeting you. But that's the world of social media. So you got a fight coming up next week?
2
so
weeks.
You fight, tell the people who you fighting, because everybody don't know. Everybody don't read the internet. So you fighting in 2 weeks against who?
I'm fighting Josh Emmett in 2 weeks, December 16th card. Yeah.
All right, there we go. That's a good card. Who's on that card? I just saw this card flash up.
Tony's there, Leon Edwards.
Leon's
Kobe.
fighting Kobe, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards. He a bad man.
You know what's funny? Leon Edwards and I was supposed to fight as a main event in the O2 Arena. It was a first ever fight card canceled because of the pandemic. So I flew out to LA. Yeah. I was here. I was ready to go. They called me. It was like 3 hours from my flight.
Yeah, that's right.
And they called me. Hey, don't get on the flight. I'm like, what's going on? We're going to do the fight here in the U.S. I'm like, what's happening? He said, the pandemic, da-da-da. So I never ended up fighting Leon Edwards, but I was supposed to fight him a ways back.
Either it was 13 March or 20 March or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's going on here? I feel like you have like a style of someone you're fighting. Are you guys training together?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Merab is, I believe, the better version of my future opponent. You know, so if I try to stay with Merab a little bit, then I can handle my opponent. You know?
You guys been training all week?
Yep, we've been training all week, morning, evening, and sometimes we like each other, sometimes we don't.
You've been working him? You've been working him?
Yeah, we're working.
Yep.
You know, like, it's not secret. Giga is the best striker. He has like a couple knockout, like either he can knock people from the punch, from the knee, question mark kick. Like,
don't say everything.
I'm saying, you giving out the rubric. Don't give him out the game.
Brought in all the game plan.
He still got to stop it though. That's the whole thing.
You still got to execute it.
A lot of people knew I was throwing the overhand right for years. They still got to stop it. They got to know when it's coming and how it's set up. You training out of Kings MMA, right?
I do.
Now, I remember we was just talking about this off air. I've trained there a couple times, but the first time I went to Kings MMA, I was sparring. They had me spar this guy named Andre Dita. And if you guys are the OGs of the game, you know who Andre Dita is. I didn't know who Andre Dita was. So we started going, and he didn't go hard. He just was better than me. And my coach at the time was like, "Are you okay?" Because it was like an avalanche. Every time I took a step back, the snowball got bigger and bigger and bigger. And he was punching more and kicking more. And I just like, today I'm not going to win a round. I'm not going to win a round, but I'm not going to get knocked out. I'm not going to get hurt. But one thing I do remember about Rafael Cadera, you guys do a crazy warm-up. Yeah, do a crazy warm-up before you spar. It feels like you almost done with the workout. So when you go into the sparring, I guess the psychology behind it is that your body's looser, you're warmer, and it prevents less injuries. Kind of talk to everybody about, the training camp and, just the ideology when you guys train and prep for the fights.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, we have a really interesting warm-up. We sometimes take so much energy that beginning of when I moved here, it was really hard to get used to it because the warm-up was for long. But all this helps your preparation so you don't get injured, right? And these days, training at Kings, forever it's been like that. Our gym is pretty small gym, Kings, but we are very tight to each other, we only have a couple of guys. We're staying all close to each other. When somebody's fighting, we all go there and help and support each other. And right now we have Benny Dariush in 2 days headlining the show. He's been helping a lot.
He's a stud. Yeah, he's nails.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Tsarukian guy, lightweight. So that's gonna be. I have a couple of very good teammates who's helping me for this camp. I'm doing my strength and conditioning other place in Costa Mesa, place called EBS Performance Center at Chase Your Dreams guy. So far now Merab joined as a sparring partner, training partner.
Merab, where do you live at?
I live in Las Vegas now.
Okay, cool.
When
you train at Extreme?
more syndicate.
Okay.
I used to go Extreme 2 before, but now I train more time. I train at syndicate now.
I've trained at both of them.
Yeah, it's good. It's timing. It's good timing. Like syndicate, like 11:30. It's pro practice, and I finish my first training session at 1 p.m. After I can go have a lunch with my friends, and after if I have more energy, I go second training. And I still represent my team, New York, Serra Longo team.
Yeah.
But Aljo moved Las Vegas, and I moved Las Vegas, and we have a better training partners there in Las Vegas. It's so much easier when we have a PI. But now I like here too, like we're training with Giga.
Yeah, I think when I first started fighting shit, 2005, that wasn't a thing back then. I kind of created that atmosphere. Like Dan Lambert is the owner of American Top Team, but he would allow me to train at Duke Rufus. I trained at AKA and trained at Extreme Couture. Nice. Just wanted me to be able to add the ingredients to my stew to make my own version of the best version of me. And that's very important because sometimes your camp may not have the component that you need to push you to the next level. Right. And a coach that's really wanting you to be the best fighter you can be, try to get yourself in position to fight for a title because it's all about timing. We were talking about that earlier. Sometimes you might have to square off with a teammate if it's for the strap. And you have to be the best version of yourself within the time frame you get. You only got a window of about this long to be able to be at that spot, be ready, and actually win those fights that got the belt on the line. So fighting at different camps sometimes help you out. Sometimes it's a training partner. Sometimes it was a weather. You know what I mean? When I fought in Missouri, it was freezing cold. In the wintertime, it was very hard for me to make weight. So then I would be in South Florida training or I'd be in California training. So I think it's dope. I know Serra Longo guy, those guys they're the confident guys. They've done it before as a coach, as themselves being champions. And also, they want you to be the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because we have one of your good friends, Aljo, was just on the podcast. And I know there's a lot of good loyalty there, and you guys are brothers. But he's thinking about maybe coming up to 145s, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you looking for drama here?
No. No drama.
They say you're looking for drama. When you're looking for it, then you got it.
He got real happy. You wanted a square. No. I just think it's like, does it affect like who now you can train with or not train with, or is that you keep it all separate?
No, I don't even think about this because see, even like women
pressuring
it's,
him.
Yeah, this reminds me when I was fighting Jose Aldo. And everybody, how about if you win this fight, you're gonna fight Aljo? I said, first I have to beat Jose Aldo, and after Aljo already he's fighting TJ Dillashaw. He has to beat him, and then I have to beat my opponent, and then maybe Vito. But of course, I don't want to fight him. But why are you asking me now? You know, because I have to fight somebody. You know, and I understand you're interested, but listen, it's MMA. We're small community, but I don't even think about like my friend. We have also another good friend, Ilya Topuria. He's already fighting title, but it's good thing that the high level guys we all here. But let's see what's gonna happen, and we are fighters, and but just
cream rise to the top.
Yeah.
Like, the good thing about it is when you start having teammates and friends that are fighting each other and everybody's in contention for the belt, that means you picking your company wisely. Because like it was a certain point in time where all of my dogs, we was either fighting for the belt or had the belt. It was me, it was Robbie, it was like the American Top Team. We had all the best welterweights at the one point in time. And at some point in time, we playing poker together, but I might have to take you out at the next week. And that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
You guys are all part of the same organization.
Yeah.
But it's good to see the loyalty and the respect you have for your teammates. I think a lot of people, once they get to know you or see you or kind of be around you, you can see your energy is real. You're very humble, very, very nice, confident. Obviously, you want to kill me right now. But it's good. It's good.
It's funny when somebody that's just smiling all the time and so happy about fighting, right? Those are the ones you worry about. The ones that want to be tough and like, no, every day.
Coming more this way, like, yo, you got me, bro.
I've watched them fight.
What do you think about Figgy moving up? He's got a big fight this weekend. Do you think it's a good move for him to move up in division?
Yeah. He has a tough fight, but I don't know. Let's see. It's the first fight, 135. It's I think, but when I see him in person, he was big. He was when if I remember correctly, he said he was 74 kilo, which is crazy. I never.
It's like 163 pounds.
Yeah.
I know I used to wrestle 74 kilos. I almost killed myself. I'm done with math though.
And imagine from like 74 kilos to make 57 kilos. So from how many pounds is 74?
163 pounds.
Let me check the math on
From 160 to make
74 times 2.2.
125, man. He was making from 160 to 125. It's crazy.
That's like 30 some, almost 40 pounds, 38 pounds.
It's crazy.
You were wrestling in 163?
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. To be honest,
so if you would wrestle today, you would wrestle with Figueiredo. Oh my god!
No, if I was, to be honest, to be quite fair, like even fighting at 170, I was weight 205. I walk around at 205. I'm 205 right now. I may carry it different. I may have a little bit of Karate Man fat on the gut. I may be ripped up, but I always weigh the same.
Wait, you said 205?
205.
And you were fighting 170.
170, yeah.
What do you think
pounds,
about me? What around?
Well, he's fighting 145.
I would think that you walk around at 163, 165.
And I am right now 163, 165 right now or less?
That's what I would think right now. Okay. We don't need to know that. But the thing about it, everybody's body's different. The lower you are, the harder
I'm much heavier, by the way.
Yeah, he looks like he's 190, 180.
I didn't want to. You got to fight 2 weeks. I don't want to be like, you know what I mean. But the smaller you are, the smaller surface area you got to generate heat. So 125, 135er, if they walking around 25, 30 pounds over, that's a big deal. Yeah. Somebody right in the middle like me, especially where I was built, I walked in a fight week. If I walked in at 183 and made 170 that week, that's the lowest I've ever came in. The highest I came in, we weigh in on Tuesday. I weighed 196. 196 on Tuesday, and I had to weigh in on 26 Friday.
Pounds over.
Yeah. So on average, I was 192, 193 every week. They all looked at me. Back in the day, it was Bert, right? We rolling. So it was Bert. He was like, Tyron, you're heavier. So they would have to notify the UFC, basically saying he's heavy. Just in case he don't make weight, you might want to call some backup. I'm like, I'm always gonna make it. I never miss it. That's why I don't give no passes out.
Yeah.
When people miss weight, I don't give no passes out.
What do we all think about Cheeto and Sean? It's a big fight. Obviously, I know a lot of people think you should have got the fight. I love Cheeto. He's a good friend of mine. Obviously, you're one of the best in the world right now and in the division. But what do we think? Who's winning this fight? What do we think about the fight in general?
Merab is winning the fight.
I was supposed to fight O'Malley or Aljo was. They should give Aljo rematch, but they give number 6 guy Chito Vera. I know maybe he's your friend, but like if we wanna, if you.
It's okay.
I'm a best guy to fight O'Malley now, because ranking, I have a 9-fight win streak and I'm number 2. And they give Chito. I don't know actually who's gonna win this fight.
Chito is ranked 6, right?
Ranked 6, and he's 1-1. Like he lost fight before. Like last fight he win like decision, but against the guy who has from last.
I don't have to be political because I don't fight for them anymore. He has to be political.
Yeah.
Well, he's saying what he should say.
Yeah.
Because that way he can get the next fight. Because at the end of the day, it's about getting in position. But this is a business. This ain't a sport no more. It's really a business. He's fighting because Sean is the one they're trying to push because he's checking off the check marks. He'll wear this. He'll say this. He'll do this. He'll do all the things, and he is a good fighter. But when it comes down to him being able to make that call, he lost to Cheeto. He wants to avenge his loss. The same way when Israel Adesanya lost to a person, he was able to try to avenge that loss. It's more on that aspect of the business side of trying to push that agenda and push that like narrative. People that are just doing the work and kind of quiet about it, you got to be a little louder, if you don't mind me saying.
Do you think
what you think in your mind and what you think in your heart, you got to say a little bit more. If you think you the top motherfucker, you got to say that. If you think you can beat his ass, you got to say that. If you think you should have a title shot, you got to say that. The time for I'll fight whoever they want me to and I'll don't do that no more because you got a small time period. Speak what your mind says and then getting yourself in position.
I agree. I just realized that, because like I was so close and like in my mind I was thinking to my next fight must be for title, because I've been fighting whoever they give me, and I beat the 6th ranked guy, but just now they choose somebody.
I got a question. Where does most of the injuries happen at the MMA?
I think when you fight somebody, when you're training with somebody.
When you're training with somebody, right? So be ready.
Yeah.
Most of the injuries happen when you're training, right?
Yeah.
So these guys have to train for a fight. What's the best way to be in position? Be ready. I was able to step up in some big moments because I was in shape and I was ready. Sometimes it's destiny for you to do something, no matter what the card says, no matter who they got fighting. If it's your destiny to fight that person, be prepared to fight that person. You should be training now like you fighting that person. Because if something, I'm not wishing harm upon anybody, but if somebody slip on a banana peel and they're not ready and you thought you weren't fighting and they come to you now, you may still fight.
Good point. Yeah.
But if you're not in shape, you're not giving yourself the best chance. Put yourself in position right now that if they called you, it was almost like you knew you was fighting and they're not catching you off guard. I became the guy that people knew how good I was at preparation. My IQ for fighting was crazy. I would break you down to a molecule. I outbrawled the brawler and Robbie. I outpoint fought the point fighter and Civil Wonder Boy. I outstruck Carlos Condit, right? I beat everybody at what they were good at because they assumed I was going to wrestle them.
Yes.
People wanted to catch me last minute notice. Hey, can you fight in 2 weeks? Can you fight in 3 weeks? They didn't want to give me a chance to prepare. Don't get caught lacking. Don't get caught slipping. Get your ass in the gym. You training already with him.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to turn the volume up to 6. Start thinking about the person that got the belt. Start thinking about what areas you can beat them in. Start looking at people that they fought that's built like you and see how they did against them. Because if he fights you, his game plan is going to be similar to how they did. Jake Ellenberger, your dog, right? When I fought against people that Jake Ellenberger fought, like a Wonder Boy would be stupid not to fight me like Jake Ellenberger or wrestle with a heavy hand, right? So I got to use it. So take your time. Don't worry about the politics. Don't worry about, if you deserve, because really nobody deserves, right? Yeah. It's not basketball. If you playing basketball and you win the game, I don't care what kind of suit you go on. I don't care if you flipping a tire. I don't care if you throwing fucking bottles at a press conference. You're moving on. You're advancing to the next level, right? But in our sport, it makes a difference. Yeah. So now, get yourself in the training. When are they fighting? When's the fight?
I think March.
Okay, so you need to be ready to fight in March for a world title for 5 rounds to run through a wall. That's what you need to be ready to do.
Damn, spoken like a champ.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I've been in that position. I got 3 weeks notice for Darren Till. I got 3 weeks notice for Damian Maia, right? They thought they was going to catch me slipping. That's 5-round fights. The best jiu-jitsu guy probably in the game is probably Damian Maia at that time, right? I didn't get much. I didn't get 6 to 12 weeks notice for the fights, but I had to go out there and do my thing. You know what I mean? Be ready, because the last thing you want to do is have that opportunity come. What's my guy name that fought against Connor? Chad, right? Yeah. Chad Mendez. You think Chad would have did a little bit better with a full camp?
Yes.
He got caught slipping. Now nobody cares that you didn't have a full camp. You can't be like, oh, if I had a full camp, I would have da-da-da. Nobody give a fuck, right? Get yourself in shape. You got to fight before then?
Yeah, actually.
Maybe.
Yes, I'm fighting Henry Cejudo, but they said, I think how it's going to happen, I think maybe same card. So I'm fighting, Yeah.
So either way, you training.
Yeah, I training, and then if something happens, maybe one of us
we'll train for Henry Cejudo if that's who you got, but watch video on the other guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That way you mentally ready.
Replacement.
Is Henry official? Is that who you're fighting?
Yeah, officially, yes. They offered me. I said, okay, I will fight him. They said, but they don't send me contract yet, and we don't know date yet. But it's gonna be either February or March with them. Same card. I think.
You like that fight?
No, I rather wait for title, but no, I don't want to wait too long. I mean, in my mind, I deserve title. I want to fight title, but they making this fight. I don't want to wait too long. I don't want to they give somebody this chance again. I wanna fight against Henry. I wanna win, and then it's a risky fight, but I have to take this risk.
I think Aljo should have waited. Personally, I think he should have waited. But it's funny. Yesterday, I was in a mall in Dubai. We was talking about it, right? The pressure to not have somebody take your position or fight for an interim belt, right? He lost the fight anyway. Think about it. He had fought a lot of fights in a row, right? His body wasn't 100% healthy. He had a surgery that he had to recover from, right? There was a lot of pressure to fight a contender, a challenger, because they wanted to get the challenger out there and get that fight while people are talking about. The UFC has to have they have to have a title fight, right? Or a BMF or some type of belt on every pay-per-view. Yeah. So the pressure is to get those fights with the pay-per-views on there. He was the champion. He shouldn't have endured the pressure. If they wanted to go along and let the interim belt slide, let them do it. When you're ready and you mentally at your best to fight that fight, come back and unify the belt. Let the interim and the champion come back and do their thing, right? He would have had a bet. I'm not saying that's why he lost. Right? Sean's a tough fighter. Yes. He's a fluent fighter. He's kind of, it reminds me a little bit of you.
Kind of has his style.
Yeah. He's like, that's the funny thing is like,
it's good for him.
Yeah, it's good for him.
Oh,
right?
This is making sense.
No, it's good for you.
This is making sense.
But it's good for you too. It's good for both of you guys because now you may be fighting Henry, but you train with a person that is better at that style than Sean is. I didn't know him with the hat on, but when he got closer to me, I knew his style because I covered his fight. He's really smooth. He's really slick. And those people are very difficult to deal with when you don't see the punches coming. Anybody can, but somebody, and they just breathe and they can do it nonstop. Those are problems, right? So that's my 2 cents. Yeah. I can talk freely because ain't nobody sign my check but me.
Hey, as we wrap up, I love it. And my man just landed off an 18-hour flight.
Yeah, and I just sealed a big deal in Dubai. It sent a big deal in Dubai.
We got a big fight coming?
No, not a big fight. a big movement. I just started a business in Dubai, got my business license. I got my golden visa in Dubai. As we get off the plane today, it happened yesterday. So I'm going to be the new chief in town. So that's the new thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Woodley's
Yeah.
taking over Dubai.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Volk, the fight coming up
What
against
I think about?
yeah.
Against
Against
Torreya.
Ilya. Ilya is our boy too. Man.
Yeah.
You know, he's
I see you
Georgian
guys
part.
know each other.
And I think it's pretty equal fight because both of them are very good. I feel like Volk is just more experienced and has more of the guy who really follows the strategy. You know, I don't know, maybe from the rugby or I don't know where he learned this, but you know, when you plan something and you follow your plan and strategy, that's a guy, that's Volk. You know, he really plans well. He has a great team and he follows the strategy very well. But Ilya is a beast, man. He has everything. People don't know how good he is in jiu-jitsu. He's very good in wrestling and he has insane power in his hands. You know? So it's a very interesting fight. I'll be there close to the first rows and cheering for Ilya. But yeah, I'll be there, man.
Culturally,
I love it.
what does your country take the most pride in? Because you keep saying you guys it's a common denominator, right? What's the thing like if I would look at a Mexican boxer, right? They tear your body up. They tough, right?
Yeah.
Their pride is on their conditioning and how tough they are, right? What would you base your pride?
We don't have a quit, man.
They don't
we
quit.
don't have.
Okay.
We don't quit. We just.
So if
go
you see
forward,
somebody
you
from
know?
your country,
You know,
don't plan on quitting.
Did you see my last?
You're gonna have to pull the plug.
Yeah. You see his last fight?
No, not the last, but the one I lost. I have only one lose in UFC, and I fought with Kelvin Cater.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
I know
remember the
Kelvin. I don't know if I've seen the full fight, but I know he
So
is.
that was 25 minutes fight. And if you watch the fight, that's pretty much like, that's how I would describe. If the Georgian loses
That's
fight,
the resume.
that's how the Georgian loses the fight.
Got
you know?
it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't quit.
Well, the UFC likes that, so you're in a good
They
good
love
place.
this shit.
He's a dog. I've been wanting to have him in Jackson for a minute. I hit him up. He was pulling through. He goes, yo, I'm coming through with Merab. I go, yo, that's crazy. I got Woodley here for a little fight camp straight from Dubai. He out here helping me with my hands tonight. He got some of the craziest IQ. He's wild. He's a great fighter, but he's also wild. He'll get you in shape. He'll also kind
I
of
know.
dissect
I
everything
know
you need to
him.
know.
I love about you,
Yeah.
brother.
So I was like, yo, I need you to come by the Jackson house. You need to help me out. I need some help. I'm trying
I
to go
got you,
down-
bro.
I'm trying to go down to Mexico in a month, so we'll see what can happen. Before I let everybody go, first of all, I want to say thank you. Second of all, thank you. You the new Rampage over here.
Boom.
Yeah, you got to tighten this up a little bit, the beard. But what's this video with you shadowboxing in the rain? And is this fake? Like Sean's like videotaping or something? Like I'm trying to figure this whole thing out.
No, that was surreal. I was in UFCPI and I had lunch, and the raining started outside, and like I love nature, and it was something natural. In Vegas, it usually never rains, right?
Yeah.
And then I came outside, I started shadowboxing, and I opened door. I called my friend on the inside. I said, "Can you pull up your phone and can you tape me video?" I mean, I'm training outside, and I was doing my thing outside, shadowboxing and everything. And my friend just recorded me, and I guess O'Malley was there like after his fight. He was visiting Vegas for some business meeting, and he was outside also, and then he take a video too, and yeah, that was just not like just happen like
Not organically,
not organically, yeah. So
It wasn't set up
no,
because the video went viral.
yeah, actually, yeah.
I
How
like
about? No, it's okay.
No. Let's hear it. Yeah, I want to hear that one. What happened?
No.
Don't let Bear make you keep your filter.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
sometimes you go diarrhea mouth from saying too much.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot. I'm like, damn, why did I say that?
He used to have a TMZ show, and he would like sit there
I
and
would
talk
have.
about fighters and talk about what's going on in sports. And I would just start talking to him, and he would start telling me all this crazy stuff. He's like, "Oh man, I'm giving away all the juice right now." But I appreciate everybody being on here. I think one thing though, I definitely want to say for you two guys, thank you for taking time and kind of we're building this podcast for the MMA community, and the whole idea is just to try to get these people to get to know people like you guys who I feel need a little bit more attention. I feel like the media right now and social and the way UFC is very focused on a few certain key fighters, and they don't do enough for guys that really need that platform so people can actually get to know you guys. Because I think if they did, they would understand how passionate and how talented you guys are. I think everybody knows you're excellent fighters, but to get to know you and become that next level in UFC is, I feel it's the media plays a big part right now.
Thank you, and congrats to you too, man. It's like, what, since August you said? You guys...
No, I've been killing it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
High key on the low. They've been killing it.
Yeah, we're trying. I mean, obviously the goal is to get some of the biggest names. We've got BJ Penn and, you know, Woodley and Chuck Liddell. We've had some of the craziest names, legends, new and old, you know. Bobby Green was in here wild and out. But now we're going to start doing a little bit more boxing, some jiu-jitsu, just trying to build that whole world of MMA and kind of this mixed martial art around the world so people can get to know people. You know, this isn't really about drama. I wasn't trying to start too much.
He want the drama a little bit.
A little bit. I just want a little bit.
I tell you because I want to tell all the media because I know you're not looking for drama. I tell you because I want to tell everybody that they should not ask him like these tricky questions anymore. But you know, I know
it
you
makes
ask,
sense. Yeah,
you know what I'm
it
saying?
makes sense, and it makes sense why you guys are training.
So when I was in fight week and everybody asking me about you're gonna fight Aljo, I'm like, bro, like have a fight and let me fight me first, and then let's ask me this question after, maybe, you know. And when they ask me after,
fighters, we all have dreams to become a champion. You know, at the end of the day, if that was an offer, that would be something else. He's pretty much saying that nobody, he was in a position that he had the fight coming up, and Aljamain had the fight coming up, and they never really put something all together as well as in contract. Did they? Did you ever get a contract?
Never offered me.
So
of course,
if you
I
are
don't.
asking me like, hey, would you fight your teammate? I definitely don't want to fight my teammate 100%. And I would never even ask for it. But if that's the only option, in my case, I have a dream. I'm loyal to my dream. I want to become a champion. I have family what I fight for. My country is behind, and I'm going 100% in. That's the thing.
Spoken like true fighters. The more and more I hang around you guys, the more and more inspiring you guys become. And I feel like the community is also feeling that, you know, and it's good for them to hear from you guys. So thank you guys for coming. This is the JAXXON podcast. We Rampage missed his flight. We're having the biggest sale of the year, up to 50% off site wide. JAXXON.com.
King.
That's it. But we had Woodley step in. So we got Merab, we got the boys, Giga, we got Woodley, and we're here. JAXXON podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.